Hi, folks. It's Bradley J, actually, and John and Chachi, and we're here to talk about something you can do, a good excuse to get out if you haven't been to City Winery to see Come Together, the monthly program, Beatles program that these guys put on. You're missing out, and no one wants to miss out. Life is too short to miss out.
That's correct.
So listen up, you folks, and find out what you can experience, especially if you're a Beatles fan. But even if you just kind of like the Beatles, it's a great thing to do. So here we go. Chachi or John, fill them in. Tell them what it's about.
Okay, John, I'll start if you don't
Go
mind.
ahead.
And it's always a pleasure to be here with Bradley J. John and I are big fans of yours, and you've embraced our show since day one. We have a monthly residency at City Winery for the Beatles, and we started last September. We're booked till December, and Bradley's a part of our team. He's our official MC, and we have another gig on Monday night, John.
It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one. So just a quick intro. I do magic as well, Beatles themed magic. We show video clips of the Beatles. There's wine, there's food. We give away prizes. It's just a really fun time. And every show is a different theme. And this month theme is the Beatles films. So all the Beatles films.
Wow.
Let's see if I can name them all: Hard Day's Night, Help, Yellow Submarine, Magical Mystery Tour, and Let It Be. Did I get them all right?
Very good. Very
Yes.
good, John.
Good. I was gonna say I'm hosting the show, so hopefully that I do know the names of the things that we're presenting on. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. We have a lot of new tricks as well for the people who have been to our previous shows for the Magic. We're gonna be using a dartboard this time. We got a beach ball. We have postcards. It's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yeah.
But they're
You
not
know,
they're not tricks though. They're actual magic. It's not it's
Exactly.
actual magic. So that's
I like to call them experiments, not
Okay.
tricks. Yeah.
yes.
okay.
And a big part of our show is the live music element. Every month we have a special guest, and last month we had Corin Ashley. We've
That's right.
had Ian, Martha. I'm already forgetting Gary
Studio
Baxter.
2 was part of Studio 2 was there.
Oh yeah, Studio 2 as well. So our big performer, our special performer on Monday night will be the legendary. You know this guy, Bradley J. The legendary Sal Baglio.
Yeah. I saw him the other night because he was involved with the tribute to David Crosby.
At the winery, you were the MC, and there were
Yeah.
like what? How many bands? Like 50 bands.
There were
performing?
13 songs, so 13 artists really. Sometimes people would play in more than one band, but there were, I don't know, there must have been 20 people involved. It was really, really good.
Cool.
Well, I'm glad that you do a lot of work with the winery. I know they love you, and as we do. So I'm glad you're on stage there more than just our show, and we're excited. Monday night, citywinery.com/Boston for tickets, or you can go to our show website under John's name there,
Right.
cometogetherproductions.com.
Right.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, Bradley.
Nothing. I was
Oh,
just
yeah,
doing,
Bradley.
I never did that before.
And as
everything's
John
backwards.
said, we're celebrating the Beatles movies. I remember the first time I saw A Hard Day's Night. It was back in 1964 in Watertown at a theater called the Coolidge. No longer there. And then I saw Help at the Fresh Pond Drive-In. No longer there. And then I saw Let It Be at the Fresh Pond Cinema, which is still there after all
Wow.
these years. 1970, I saw Let It Be there. And John's story is a little bit different. John's younger, he's not a first generation Beatles fan, but he loves the Beatles. And so his love for the Beatles, his love for magic, he put it together and he has Beatles inspired magic. But yeah, John's a big fan of the Beatles, and that's awesome.
Folks,
Yeah.
if you're not sure in your mind how it works, if you haven't been, just trust me, just go. I didn't either. And when I went, I thought, this is awesome. I'm going to go every time. And I know that it's important to visualize what you do. Like if you go on a vacation, you want to visualize with your umbrella drink at the beach or whatever. And if you have trouble visualizing this, it is difficult to visualize, but don't worry about it because, there's magic tricks, actually magic, not tricks, magic experiments. So if you can picture that, they're the clips. I love the information. A lot about the Beatles I don't know, and you guys know Well, you know it all. What was it? What was the theme last time? First time on
Ed
the Ed
Sullivan.
Sullivan Show. Was that what?
Yes, February was Ed Sullivan. January was the Beatles Before America.
Mm-hmm.
And you have really good prizes. Tell me about the prizes.
We get original Beatles vinyl, whether it's Beatles or solo Beatles. We love to give away albums. People love vinyl nowadays, and our buddy Bob Walsh at Cheap Thrills Music and More in Dedham provides every month. He provides us with a bunch of Beatle albums. We're so grateful. Cheap Thrills Music, and I keep, Bob, I know we're taking a lot of your vinyl. That's okay. I love you. I love the show. I love John. He's been to the show, so he gives us prizes every month, and then we have other Beatles related prizes, Beatles ties, Beatles socks, plates. So there are a lot of prizes, a lot of chances to win. And as Bradley said, we tell stories. We have trivia questions, but it's all about the answer. It's all about the story. And we try to tell people things they've never heard before. That's our goal. We want people leaving saying, I never knew that. And certainly I had a great time. So,
and they also leave saying, wow, that guy, John Logan, is awesome with his magic tricks. And they leave saying, man, that guy Chachi knows so much. And he's super nice. And they're both very nice. Besides watching you guys, I watch the audience and I can see the delight that they're experiencing. It is a delightful thing.
Thank you. And that's what we try to do. We try to make it a little bit of everything for everyone. So there's live music, there's magic, there's video clips of the Beatles, there's underground stories. We give away prizes. So, and I think that's the feedback that we've got, that people really enjoy the show, because if you know nothing about the Beatles, we've had people that come that don't even know their names, and they leave having a great time. We also have people that show up. They show up to every show. They know everything about every lyric, about every song, and they leave having a good time too. So we try to make it a little bit of everything for everyone, and people seem to like it. So it's great.
Yeah, and you know what I like about it, Bradley, is the vibe. Everyone under the same roof, we're all there for the same reason, because we love the Beatles. So it's very family. It's very friendly. You sit next to people you might not know, but by the time you leave, everybody's friends, and we've built this community, and that's what's great about Beatles music. It's all inclusive. Back in the 60s when they were touring, there were some places that demanded that their shows be segregated, and the Beatles said, no, we allow everybody into our shows, and they refused concerts because of that. And that's what our show's all about. It's for everybody, and it's a lot of fun.
And I see people of all ages. There's one regular you have that must be like 22 years old. You probably know her, a young woman. I don't know how she knows you guys. I don't know her name, but she's there a lot.
She has the pins on her jacket and everything.
Yes,
that's Emily.
That's Emily. Yeah, she comes from New Hampshire and comes to every show from New Hampshire. So she's awesome. She's really great. So yeah, it's really great to meet people, and it's like a family, just like Chachi said. So yeah.
If I see Emily, I'll give her a shout out from the stage to make it worth her.
She will be there.
She'll be there
all the way. Some interesting Beatle related thing. Studio 2. You mentioned Studio 2. I got to do a thing with them the other day. There's a Berkeley student whose project was to produce a song as originally as possible, using the methods of the old days, if possible, and the equipment. So he asked Studio 2 to go into the studio and record I Feel Fine, I think. And I got to go and watch them do that. They had those, all the like the 50s microphones and stuff. I'm becoming more and more of a Beatles person. Also, speaking of Beatles related stuff, is it okay just to preview a little info, that May Pang thing?
Yeah.
Yes, we can certainly do that. We have some new information. We're going to break it first here. No one else knows. We just got off a Zoom meeting with our friends at City Winery and the May Pang people, and we can make some announcements today, Bradley. So I can tell we can both do that, or whatever you want to start.
You do it.
Okay. Well, first of all, next week, March 18th and 19th, the day after St. Patrick's Day, Saturday and Sunday, Breakfast with the Beatles, my radio show, is sponsoring a 2-day photo art show with May Pang, and it's the John Lennon May Pang Lost Weekend photo art show. And she, if you don't know May, she was with John for about 13 months in the 70s, during John's quote unquote lost weekend in LA, where he left Yoko and spent 13 months away. And May took care of him, and they were boyfriend, girlfriend, and she took a lot of photographs. So she has put together an art show of all of her pictures, a lot of them, and it's a prelude to the opening of her movie, The Lost Weekend, A Love Story, which is opening in April. So she'll be at City Winery Saturday and Sunday, March 17th and 18th. It's 1 to 5 on Saturday, 1 to 4 on Sunday. It's free admission. These art prints, photos are available for purchase, and May will be there the entire time meeting people. And so we're excited about that. John and I will be there as well, and Stephanie, my lovely bride, will all be there. It's free, and so that's part of what's going on.
John, do you want to tell the rest?
Chachi covered it. It's great.
Okay.
Well, there's two other things. There's two other things. First of all, sorry to interrupt you, Johnny.
Yeah.
Next Thursday at 11 a.m., Bradley J and I will be right here hosting May for a little Q&A.
Right.
So that's next Thursday. But on Saturday, the 18th, the first day of the show, it starts at 1, but at 12:30, we've arranged for May to make a grand entrance at the winery. She will be driven in the Ernie Bach John Lennon replica Rolls Royce. And so she'll be arriving at the winery at 12:30 on Saturday. And we'll have some press there, cameras, and the public, Beatle fans, May Pang fans, John Lennon fans. You're all invited to be there on the curb there of the City Winery as she steps out of the Ernie Bach Jr. John Lennon replica Rolls Royce. So that's going to be fun. That's a great photo op.
That is cool. I wish there were some old-fashioned cameras with light bulbs. Poof, poof, as she gets out of the car. And City Winery, if you want to take the T to this or any other event at City Winery, it's Haymarket, and then it's only 1 block towards North Station Way, just one block, right there on the main drag. It's like, I don't know, fewer than 100 yards from that, or maybe about 100 yards. That's great.
Very easy. Yep. Now, there's another thing, John, we can probably announce. You know, Father's Day is June 18th. It's a Sunday. Mm-hmm. But June 18th is also Paul McCartney's birthday. So for that come-together show, we're going to do a Sunday brunch, Bradley. So we hope your schedule allows for you to join us. But this was just discussed, just confirmed. On Sunday, June 18th, Father's Day / Paul McCartney's birthday, we will be at the winery Sunday afternoon. It looks like 1 to 3, something to that effect, noon to 2. We're putting the final touches on it. We'll put it on your long-term calendar, June 18th. It will be a Sunday afternoon brunch, Bradley.
So that June episode of Come Together will be a brunch?
Yes, on Sunday. Yep.
I have a question here, a Beatles-related question. Did George Harrison discover James Taylor?
Well, it was actually Peter Asher who was working at Apple, the brother of Jane Asher, who was dating Paul. And so through Peter Asher, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, yes, James Taylor came to be an Apple recording artist. And then James left Apple as well as Peter, and Peter continued to manage James as well as Linda Ronstadt and a bunch of other huge artists. So yes, the Beatles played a big role in James Taylor's future, and there is a James Taylor album on Apple Records.
Yeah, and so, Peter Asher was at the winery a few times, right?
That's right. I introduced him the last time he was here. So thank you, Rudolph.
Did you guys go see Denny Lane?
We were there.
How was that?
Denny.
John, what did you think of Denny Lane?
It was great. It was really cool. For those who don't know who Denny is, once the Beatles broke up, Paul McCartney reached out to Denny Lane, and they formed the band Wings. And so you probably know a lot of songs by Wings. And so it was great. We hung out with him backstage before the show, and then he went up on stage and told some stories and sang some songs. And it was a really great time. He's such a laid-back guy, such a super nice guy, and super talented as well. So it was really fun.
Yeah, we got to hang out backstage with him and Ernie, because Ernie's dear friends with Denny, and we had fun. And I think it was one of the best Denny Lane solo shows I'd seen in a long time. He was really, really good.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's one other thing about these events, these come together events. You never know who you're going to see there. We had a lot of celebrity appearances last time. Carter Allen, a name a lot of people know, showed up, right?
Yep.
David Bieber, many people know.
We love David. He'll be
from
there.
BCN and WFNX. And who else? Ernie Bach was there.
Ernie Bach was there. You know, you never know who's going to show up. We've had people on all these events, you know, because John and I know many people who have many friends, some in very high places, some who are well-known media types. So Albert O was there one show. Remember that?
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, we have a lot of different people that do show up. I'm sure I'll remember more once we hang up, but yeah, we're blessed. We have a lot of friends and they do support what we do. So that's great.
Mhm.
Okay, so folks, if you've been listening to this, like John Graham and Rudolph, share this with anyone you think might find this a fun event, because we want it's so much more fun when there's a nice big group of people there, and we want to keep that going. So anybody who wants to contribute to this effort, share this to big groups, share it to your town, whatever town you live in. If you live in Brockton, share it to the Brockton Facebook page.
And you know, Bradley, it's a low dose show. It's very inexpensive because we want everybody to be able to come. We don't like these ticket prices over $100. So,
oh my God, it's not even close to that. This is super worth it. I got to tell everybody, super duper worth it.
And we did that consciously because we know people. You know, times are tough right now. We're not there to, you know, to charge $50 a ticket and then all the ticket fees. No, we want everyone to have a real shot at coming. For a low price, and that's all strategically planned.
Yeah,
we want people to have fun.
Right, and it's such a ticket amount that you can afford to go every time.
Yes, that's exactly right. And you know what? We want you to pay low on the ticket, but then have some great food at the winery. Have some wine, beverages. The food is great there. We love it. I love eating there. It's a great place. So it's a lot of fun. That's why we have a low dough ticket price.
Low dough.
So it's Monday night. Yeah, that's an old BCN term.
I know.
Use, you know.
I know.
But yeah, this Monday night, 5 o'clock doors, 7 o'clock show. You know, you're out by 9:15, so you can get home. But it seems to be, John, that a lot of people like going out on Mondays nowadays. So
that's what it seems to be. It's one of those days that people are looking for something to do, and it's a great way to kick off the week. And yeah, that's what it is. You know, the show begins at 7. You'll be out by 9:15, and it's great. We have music, we have magic, we have food, wine, prizes we give out, we have raffles. So again, a little bit of everything for everyone, and it's like a family. You know, we go there. It's a nice, really just great vibe. Just everyone just always in a happy mood, and it's really fun.
Right. It's a feeling of community. That's I guess what I would say.
Yes. And you know what's really great is Sal Baglio is going to join us. Sal is a legendary guy. I mean, how many times have we seen them at the channel back in the day? He was a fantastic front man with the Stompers. I've loved all those songs they made, and now he's continued. He still sings great.
He's still good. He's still really good. Yeah.
Yeah, the Amplifier Heads. He tours with John Butcher Axis and Ellis Paul, and does a lot of different projects. And when I reached out and asked him, you know, I didn't want to impose on him, but he's like, no, these are the kind of gigs I like. That I can just be myself, get out there, play some Beatles songs. No big deal. I walk in with my guitar. It's an easy process for him. He loves being involved in special Beatle related events. So we're blessed to have the legendary Sal Bagley.
Okay. Monday the 13th, right? Monday the 13th. That's doors at 5. The show starts at 7. And to answer questions in advance, yes, you can order during the show itself. Don't be shy about that. That's expected and normal. And I guess that's
and you got to get there in time to see Bradley J on stage. He's a fantastic MC.
Sparkling.
Always, John. He always gets a round of applause when I.
It's great. He gets more of an applause than we do. You know,
that's right.
People are there to see him.
Well, I hope you still love me after I'm not getting the applause anymore.
No, we do love you, Bradley.
All right.
Just kidding.
John Chachi, thank you very much. See you real soon, and thanks for the scoop on May Pang.
Yes. See you next Thursday for May. See you Monday night for our show.
Okay, share this, people. Bye, everybody.